Gerund. Thesaurus. 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 Hello and welcome everyone. It's Monday evening here in the UK, and I'm with another live class. It's about grammar and phonetics lesson. So guys, we're going to do some, make some corrections if my subscriber is not here in the meantime, okay? So these are some of the linking words that we can use in our Ielts speaking. We explained yesterday some of them. Today we'll explain a little bit more. So these are the time phrases we're going to discuss. Basically, I'm waiting for my subscribers. Let's see if they're here or not. Okay. So that is this. Just waiting a few minutes for my subscribers. Looks like they're not here at the moment. Well, let's continue. Hello, Bug. Welcome. Ooh. All right. I've invited you. I've invited you.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah,
What's your name and where are you from?
I'm from Indonesia, by the way.
And your name?
My name is Man. You can call me Man.
How do you spell your name? Can you please write it on the comment section?
Man. Man.
Man.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Man.
All right. So thanks for the subscription.
Yeah, yeah,
So you have subscribed on a free trial, right?
yeah. Because I'm beginner upon this app. Yeah, my friend recommended this app to me.
Mm.
For for make my speaking skill better. And then for IELTS exam too.
Okay. Why do you need to take the IELTS exam?
Actually, I want to go to Aussie, and then one of the requirement to go to the Aussie, I have to join with IELTS exam.
Do you know how much score is required?
I need 4.5 band score, by the way.
Only 4.5.
Yeah,
Wow, that's very low.
I think so, but I'm so worried about my skill of that. Yeah, so that's why I come here to this app for looking for many information about that to
Okay.
increase my speaking skill too.
Okay, welcome. Let me explain how it works. Free trial. You'll get 2 lessons. Today is the first one,
Mm,
and this class takes place. Hang on a second. Let me check. Every Sunday and Monday, 9 p.m. my time. So it is
mm,
already Monday. So your next lesson would be next Sunday, 9 p.m.
okay.
So what happens? Though you have subscribed to my lesson, you can't join any other subscription lesson unless you subscribe
Mm,
again. Number
okay.
two, you'll have the opportunity to join me when I go for public live stream,
Mm,
when you'll be seeing people are making comments, because these are private, live streams and classrooms. People
mm,
can't come in and make comments.
okay.
Any other question about this class?
Mm, no, I think this class is very interesting because we are talking about how to increase our speaking in IELTS.
Mm, sure,
I see the screen record,
exactly.
share screen. I mean, yeah, and about the linking word. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, what happens? I go to public live stream once or twice minimum. So if your time matches, you can always join me. And you have been added to a subscriber chart. If you have got any question regarding grammar, IELTS exam, vocab, or any other
Mm,
queries, you can always message me there. Whenever I'll be free, I'll be responding to you.
okay.
All right. And this lesson is an hour lesson. Already 46 minutes gone. It is counting down. When it becomes
Mm,
0, it shuts down automatically.
okay.
All right. Now, my second question is, why did you subscribe to me? There are many amazing teachers who are natives. I don't not a native. I'm not a native teacher here, but I'm an IELTS coach.
Because you are the first in my in my in my account. I see. Wow, this is amazing. When I see your explanation about linking word. Wow, this is new for me. It's
Okay.
interesting. So
Thank
that's
you.
why I subscribe. It's easy for beginner, that I will say.
That's right. Always try to simplify in a very easy way so that anyone can understand.
Mm.
Okay, so which kind of IELTS exam do you need to sit for? Academic or general test?
Especially for my island, because I'm living in small island in Indonesia. It's called Lombok. It's near from Bali Islands. Here in my island, just just we just can to do academic lesson. This paper too. Yeah, this a limit for us. So that's why I don't have any choice to do that.
So you have to sit for the only IELTS academic.
Yeah, IL academics.
Okay, so do you have enough idea how the IELTS exam works?
Mm, yeah, I just know about the information about IEL. The IEL have four parts.
Mm-hmm.
Have part. Uh, the first one is listening, and the second one is uh, reading, and the next is writing, and the last is yeah. We have four parts of IELTS.
Last is
The last is speaking, reading, listening, and writing.
very good.
Speaking, reading, listening, or writing. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so do you want me to start from speaking? Because we'll get
Yeah,
only
I can.
two lessons, so we have to, you know, I have to describe briefly about all these four parts for you.
Yeah. So yeah, my purpose to come up, I wanna increase my speaking skill. Yeah.
Okay, so you want to
So
focus on
you are
speaking.
teach all of the skill of the IEL here.
Yeah, I know also tips. Mainly, teach speaking and writing. These are the
Mm,
two sections people are really, weak, and they need help and support. And also, I give other information how you can be a good reader, how you can be a good listener.
wow, that's amazing.
Okay, but remember, an hour and 1 month is not enough in that case. So, most of my IELTS candidates are, subscribing to me like 2 months, 3 months, or 4 months, so that they become
Mm,
expert.
mm.
And my students got very good scores in IELTS exam. 26 of them got 8.5 out of 9. Okay,
Wow, that's so too high.
that's right.
Okay.
Their expectation is only 7, but they got 8.5 because they know the techniques. So
Mm,
IELTS exam is not only the knowing of English, it is knowing the
mm,
rubrics, the techniques, the strategies that you have to apply when you're answering or writing or reading or listening. Okay,
IEL is we are talking about strategy, right? Oh,
strategies, yeah. So it is
yeah, that's important one.
IELTS. Okay, all right. So in
Mm,
speaking part, there are three tests: task 1 or part 1, task 2 or part 2, sometimes they are called, and task
mm,
3 or part 3.
mm,
Okay, the first part is very easy. Let's start with the first part. Okay,
This
so
about personal question.
yes, first part is mostly your introduction and also some basic question about,
I see.
shall I go through the first part?
Yeah, you
Man,
can.
okay,
Okay.
one moment please. So there are some common question in part 1 or task 1. So if you remember, when you arrive to the test center, you have to take your ID, and most of the cases it should be your passport. Okay,
Okay.
and you'll be given a student number when you register for the exam.
Mm-mm.
So make sure you take your passport, pencil, erasers or rubbers, and your student
I can bring my ID national ID.
national
It's
ID, but most of the cases they will ask for your passport.
wow.
Is
I don't
national
have
ID is your
passport.
passport or something else?
Okay, okay. I see.
The common and fast question is, may I see your ID?
Yes, sir. You can see here it is.
Very
Can I
good.
answer that? Okay.
Then the next question is, what's your full name?
My full name is Manal Hadi, but my friend call me Man, and sometimes call me Manal, but it's too hard, so that's why I recommended my friend to call me Man, just Man. Yeah,
Okay,
you
very
can
good.
call me Man.
Very good. Please bear in mind when you're telling your names, use this format. My first name is this, my last name or family name or surname. Okay, I'm just writing it for you.
Okay,
First, first name.
Manal, Manal.
No, I'm not writing your name. I'm writing what you have to say.
Okay,
So my first name is Manal, and my last name
yeah, my
is
Hadi.
Haji. Have you got a middle name?
No, I'm not. I
You
don't
do,
have.
you haven't got a middle name. Okay. So remember, last name, surname, family name, they are same. So when you
Yeah,
apply to an overseas universities or passport application or visa application, it starts always with the last name. Last name, first name, middle name, blah blah blah. Okay.
okay.
Now you have said another amazing part. You have got your parents call you. You have got a nickname, but I've got also nickname, and my parents call me. You tell the nickname now.
Okay.
What's the time in Indonesia? It should be early morning.
Yeah, it should be only morning. I actually my parent called me to eat, and then I will to fasting tomorrow.
All right. Okay. So what's the time? May I know the time, please?
It's half 5 o'clock.
5:21. You mean
No, it's
exact
4:21.
4:21 a.m. Tuesday
Uh,
morning.
mm-mm.
All right. So you have woke up because of the fasting, because of the sahur.
Yeah, my parent called me just now, and then but I say I have discussed.
Okay. Hello, Air. Welcome. So sometimes it is not sometimes. It is sometimes.
Sometime
Times. That is S. Yeah.
times.
Sometimes
Okay.
my parent call me. What's your nickname?
Sometimes my parent call me
Parents.
Manal.
Parents.
Parents. Oh yeah, there is us. Yeah, parents call me Manal.
Paris Conway Malal. That's very good. So
Yeah.
remember, if there is a S at the end and the D at the end of a word, we must always pronounce it, unless it follows the
Okay.
pronunciation technique that will come to later.
Okay.
Okay. The next question is a bit confusing, and most of the times, many of our learners get confused. One of
Hmm.
them is, I'm writing it here. What's your address, and how do I address you? What's your address?
Uh, it mean where am I come?
What's it? Address means the location you live at the moment. Address. Look at this sound.
Oh,
Address and address has a bit different. One is noun, another one is verb. First one is
hmm.
noun. What's your address? Hey, may I know your address, please?
Oh,
Okay, look,
my address.
we are
My
stressing on
address is
address.
Lombok.
Hmm.
Address. My address be located in Lombok,
Go
in
on.
Lombok Islands.
Hmm.
Mm-mm. Uh, yeah, I'm living with my parents.
No, you don't have to answer that. Well, who do you live with? When you're telling address, you must
Oh,
tell your house number, road number, city, and the country.
oh, okay.
So my address is, road name is
My
this, house number is this,
ah,
What's the name of
Okay.
your city?
Mataram.
Mataram, Indonesia.
Mataram City.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mataram, Lombok, Indonesia.
Mataram, Lombok, Indonesia. Remember, in the not Indonesia, it is Indonesia, and according to the phonetics, it is za sound.
Indonesia.
Very
Okay.
good, Indonesia. Similarly, Biza, Asia, Malaysia. These are all za
Malaysia.
sound. Okay.
Okay.
Great. So, second question is, how do I address you? What do you understand by this sentence, by this question?
I don't get the point, to be honest. How
It is
do I
honest.
address you?
Os, not ha. O sound.
To
The
be
H is silent.
honest.
No, H is silent. Honest.
Uh, honest.
Very good. Honest.
Honest.
Okay. Let's share another paper so that you understand something. Yeah? Give me one quick second, please. Hang on a moment. I'll be there in a moment. Just one moment, please. That's me, yeah? Have you seen me before?
Yes, I see.
Okay, can you see the screen?
Yeah, I see. I see.
Okay.
Mm, Address.
Okay. So you see this word
Mm,
address. Okay.
Address.
Up. So it is one of the rules of phonetics, which is we call simplified way of pronunciation, how this word should be pronounced. There are thousands of words we use in our speaking and writing, which can be used as noun and verb. Like the first one is address. You can see a double D is capital. That means we're stressing on first word, address, address. Okay, so it becomes noun. Now, if you're stressing on the second one, address, the other way, look at this now, address is going up, upper intonation. Intonation is the way, the tone we express in talking. So our voice can go high, that is like upper intonation or rising, low, low intonation or falling intonation. And another is same word, like, my name is Robot 29, I'm from 1922. This is like robotic way. Humans never speak that way. Our voice always goes up and down like a rhythm of a music. That's why this tone came. And please be careful of this question. What's your address, place means? Here address means noun, the location and the place of where you live. And when you're telling your address, you must tell the road number, house number, your city and your country. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Address.
And if it is a verb, then it should be address, which means that
Address.
how you call or deliver a speech. It has got two meanings basically. Like, hey man, how should I address you? That means which name I should call you. Is it man? What is your last name? Shahabudi, you said? What's the last name?
Hadi,
Hadi. Should I call Mana man or Hadi?
Manal, Hadi.
So then you can tell the examiner, yes,
Call
please,
me
you
Manal.
can address me, not call. You can address me, use the same word. You can address me Manal or Hadi, whatever you prefer. Okay?
Okay, I got the win. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me give you two examples of these two words. My teacher on the first day asked my address. And this morning, our Prime Minister addressed in the local television and said that we should be careful about the COVID vaccination, and we should take immediately for our own health and safety. This is like on television program, I'm just copying. That means the president delivered the speech through the local television for the people. Did you get it now?
Yeah, I get it.
So how should I address you? What's your answer now?
Uh, you can address me, Manal.
Very good. Now, where do you come from?
Eh,
You're
sorry, my parent called me. Eh,
Norris.
nengke. Sorry, my parent called me. Yeah,
Norris.
can
You can mute it for if you the microphone button. Are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay, if you need to go, you can mute your microphone button and then you can talk to them and you can go. No worries. I know
Okay.
that it's Ramadan here. I also did fasting. So nothing to be worried. I'm Muslim too.
Oh, you are Muslim too.
Yeah. You can see the last name Ali is a Muslim name.
Oh yeah.
Do you need to go and talk to your parents?
Yeah, I have to go to. I wanna eat first because
Okay.
it's almost will fasting.
Sure. Okay. If you see the cross button on your photo, just
Okay.
click on it, then you can leave. And if you're free,
Okay.
come back where it will be continued until next 29 minutes.
Okay. Okay. I see.
No problem. Okay, guys, so let's move on. We are discussing something earlier. So it is really an important matter for us when we know these words which are noun and which are verb. For noun, our stress is first syllable, which is address. And for the verb, it is the second syllable, address. So this is one of the common rules when the word has bisyllable or more than this. But if it is a single syllable, then there is no stress. It is single stress. For example, go, know, act. Okay, ache, act, ache. These two words can be used both nouns and verbs. Okay, when you use ache as a noun, like I've got a headache or I've got a toothache. Oh my god, he has got stomach ache. Or you can say Jamie has got leg ache. Now, if it is used as a verb, so it would be a regular verb like ache, ached, ached. And you can also use ing as a continuous or progressive form, like my tooth is aching or my leg is aching. Okay, these are the two examples. For act, act means action or that you do something as an action. And second meaning is law, like Social Service Act 2018, European law 2019, Human Rights Law 1974, Human Rights Act. So these are nouns. And act is like acting. Oh, this guy is acting like a tiger. He's acting like a child. Don't act like a strong man. So it is like a verb. And I'm sure you know actor is the noun which comes from act, and actress is the female opposite of actor. Okay, so these are some of the examples of noun and verbs, and which is really important to know because you're learning English and like to take your English language to the next level. Now let's move on. We are sharing earlier linking words for speaking. All right. Okay. Time phrase. At the moment. So we use this time phrase or expression to describe something that is happening at the moment or has happened. Like, hey, what are you doing now at the moment? At the moment, I'm not doing anything but listening to music. Okay, I'm going to give an examples, guys, so that you understand. At the moment, okay? So it may also mean at present. There is another time phrase expression. At present. Hey, how is your days going on at present? Well, not good. At present, my business is down. There is no profit, there is no sales, there is no supply, there is no demand. You see, because of this pandemic situation, our economy has gone down, declined all over the world, and which is why it affected my business. So at present, I'm in loss. And someone is just explaining the business situation. Please bear in mind that it is very bad situation around the world because of the whole situation of pandemic. It has affected each and every country's economy, and our economy line has gone down. We don't know how many years it will take to move forward or upward. Okay, that's the one of the examples how you can use at present. Or at present, you can say, I'm studying hard to know more and develop myself. All right, and that is another example of at present. Okay, next one is right now. How can you use? We use right now exactly at this moment. Like say, Jim phoned me and asked me, "Hey Ali, what are you doing exactly right now?" And then I answered, "Hey Jim, thanks for calling. Why are you asking? If you're free right now, watch the TV. There is something interesting." For example, it's just a communication. So right now means at the very moment when somebody is asking you to do something or calling you or just remembering you. So this is another way to use. Then these days, these, remember this is this, THESE, Z sound. Now, I think I explained last time when S should be sound like Z. There are some rules like Indonesia, Visa, Malaysia. Okay, I'm going to give a little bit highlight. When, one moment guys. Okay, generally, when the letter S is after a vowel or another S, or another voiced sound. So when the letter S is after a vowel sound like A, U, I, O, U, or maybe Y, or after another S sound or a voiced consonant, then S is generally pronounced as Z. For example, these, These. Okay, but there is also, remember, we have to remember that there is always an exception of the rules. Okay, for example, this, I'm going to compare these two sounds. So first one is this. This is my house. But this, z, z, this, these. Now, somebody might ask you, look, in both of this, there is vowel sound. But why you are pronouncing this for this and this for these? Okay, both of the case s is after vowel sound. Well, if I said to you earlier, there is always exceptions for every rule of English language or phonetics or grammar sometimes. So these days, like days, why you are saying z sound? Because y is a vowel in this case, or semi-vowel, sometimes we call it. Okay, guys, remember y and w, these are two semi-vowels. And we got to be very careful when you are using these two letters, y and w. Like y is women, or slow, o like o, and y is I like fry. Okay, or cry, dry, try, dry, sympathetic, symbiosis. Okay, synopsis, for example. Okay, so these days, these days means in these days, for the last few days. So what are you doing in these days? So it is a plural number, as you can see. Then you can explain, oh, I'm not doing anything specially, but I'm trying to look for a job, which is why I need to learn English and develop myself to the next level. So I have downloaded the Hallo app and I'm learning from there, from different teachers, students, and I'm practicing at home. That is what I'm doing in these days. So in the past, you can see in the past. Now I have something to share for you guys. In the past, if you remember, I have explained that some of the R sounds has a distinguished difference with American English. So in British English, we say R sound and Americans say A sound, like they'll say past, we'll say past. In the past, I used to go to watch a movie after my school. Or in the past, they used to go for swimming after the class. In the past, they used to play cricket. In the past, I would always watch the cartoon film when I had chance. Look, these are some of the examples. The past meant that something happened in the past. One important matter, guys, that in IELTS exam, it's very crucial factor to understand tense. Because if you learn tense, then you learn 80% of the grammar. English grammar is sometimes a bit confusing, but challenging too. But as long as you know the rules, you know how to apply them, then it's nothing for you. It is much easier. So the greatest rule of IELTS exam is that if the question is based on past tense, you must use past tense unless or until it is in universal truth, number one, or a direct speech, number two. We'll come back to the universal truth and direct speech later. And if the question is on the basis of present tense, you must answer in present tense. Likewise, if the question is basis of future tense, you must answer in future tense. All right, so let's explain why the universal truth, like the sun rises in the east. It will be always rising in the east. So we can't just change it. Like if I give you the example, like my friend Jason said, the sun rises in the east. So you can see that so the sun rises in the east is a present tense, a simple present or indefinite. Okay, and it will never change. And that's the fact. It doesn't change at all. Okay, so the second matter is that if it is a direct speech, we have to use the apostrophe comma. Let me give you an example. Like when I was a child, when child, my mother always said to me, look, now it is inverted comma, yeah? Ali, you must study hard. So when I was a child, my mother always said to me, Ali, you must study hard. Look, this is a direct speech, or sometimes we call it narrated speech. That's why I can use, even though the first part started in the past, but inside the direct speech, it is present tense. So the only thing it will be changed is when you are changing the direct speech to indirect speech. That time it should be changed according to the previous verb. So if you want to change it, when I was a child, my mother always said to me that I must study hard. Now look at this catching point. Must in the past tense is must. It doesn't change. And must is a modal verb, and after modal verbs, we do not change any other verb at all. Like it doesn't take any s or es, not even preposition. Though I have seen and heard that many times many users use preposition, but that's quite a wrong and mistake. So be careful, guys. After modal verb, we should always use the root form or the main form of the verb, which is in present tense. No s, no es with the verb, and no preposition at the before. So my mother, when I was a child, my mother used to say to me that you must study hard. It didn't change at all. Or you can see if I change it, my mother always said to me that Ali, you should go to school. See, should is another modal verb. Or Ali, you should study hard, otherwise you'll not be successful. Now, if you want to change it, then my mother said to me to study hard in order to be successful. Okay, it didn't change. Yes, man, that is the amazing part of direct speech and universal truth and narration. So in the past, so when you're explaining in the past, always it should be in the past tense. Very often in IELTS exam, sometimes the examiner is very tricky and ask question like this. Can you please tell us a story from the past? Then remember, if you hear this word in the past or from the past, that means you need to describe in the past tense, regardless whatever you're trying to say. Then you can tell any story from your childhood. Please bear in mind that IELTS exam, especially Q card or task 2, is nothing but creating a story very logically, clearly, with a good sequence. Remember, there is nothing right or wrong whether the story is true or not, but the exam is going to assess your English. And what do they assess? They assess 4 parts of your speaking. Remember, fluency and coherence, 25%. Number 2, lexical resources, 25%. Number 3, grammatical range and accuracy, 25%. Okay, the last one is pronunciation, another 25%. So all these 4 section sums up 100%. That means the full marks, which is 9, and the lowest mark is 1, as you might be aware. Now, remember that each of these feature has different strategies. So fluency means your speaking speed. Do not be repetitive. Okay, do not use filler like you know what, you know what. No, don't use it. Don't mumble like well. Sometimes people say actually, no. Yes, don't use it. No, don't use it. Or you can say no. This is negative impact on a score, and it is annoying sometimes. You can use maybe 1 time, 2 time maximum, but do not use 3rd time. Okay, and the next one is, as you say, lexical resources means different kinds of vocabulary, synonyms, antonyms, homonyms, homophones, minimal pair, phrasal verbs, group verbs, idioms, and even some cases you can use dialect. Okay, we have to remember that sometimes in speaking we can use some phrases that is only in conversational English. Speaking part, we are not allowed to use any of these idioms or dialects in written English. In written part, it must be grammatically accurate if you want to get good score. Okay, so it's better for you to understand how the conversational English works and how the written English works. They are 2 different things. I'll come back to reading later, writing later. So, third one is grammatical accuracy and ranges. What it means? It means that when you're making sentences, creating your own sentences, you have to write correctly, accurately. Okay, and very often many students ask this question to me, teacher, how do I know that my grammar is correct or not, my speaking is correct or not? That's really a brilliant question. If you can't understand your own mistakes, in that case the best option is to get it checked by a qualified and competent teacher who can understand, who can help you, who can explain you, who can show you the guidelines how you can be better speaking, you can be good at writing, your grammar can be corrected. Okay, so that's the answer of the part 3. And last part, pronunciation, amazing part. And very often many of our learners are confused between pronunciation and accent. Do not be never ever confused. There are 2 types of pronunciation. I'm writing it. One of them is British IPA. Another is US IPA. So IPS stands for International Phonetic Alphabets, where there are 44 sounds, both vowel and consonant sounds, that control the all over the phonetic sound of English language. Who created it? That's the amazing question. Linguistics created it. If you ever read the history of English language, how it was created and how it developed over 700 years, then you will be amazed. Basically, it started by the German two tribes, Anglo and Saxon, in 4th century when they came from Germany to the UK to start their business. And now the question is that which language the British people or the Americans used to speak during those days in the past? They didn't obviously speak in English. They used to speak different language. Like in the American, the original people were Yankee. The Yankee had some primitive language. And in Britain, people used to speak in Gaelic. So Gaelic is the combination of Latin, Roman, and also I'm trying to remember what was the other language. Some tribal language as well, but they don't speak anymore. So when this Anglo-Saxon started, residing in this country and starting, doing their business, they're starting to develop their culture, new language. So this English language came from German. That's why you'll find 25% of English words are from German language. And other 75% there is Latin, there is Roman, there is Italian, there is French. But now the surprising part, people might ask, when did the original English started? That is really a brilliant question. The original English started not before the two English writers first started writing their own topic, own prose and poetry. One of them is William Shakespeare. And another one is William Chaucer. And if you ever read their language, you'll be surprised how they wrote. This is very old English. William Chaucer. But when William Shakespeare started writing, that is the 14th century, and it was really developing well. And after that, other writers like Jane Austen and many other British writers started developing the English language. So you'll be also surprised to know, because of the William Shakespeare's new words, those words are called Shakespearean words, like upstairs, downstairs, couch, melancholy, tragedy. These words were created by William Shakespeare. And you'll be surprised to know the long history. Sorry, I was just going away from our main topic. So remember, when we use any expression, it must be grammatically correct. So when the English language got the good shape after 700 years in 11th century, then the linguists started writing the phonetic symbol, how a word should be pronounced. And why it is different American English. Remember that British people used to rule all over the world once upon a time. They started ruling America, Australia, New Zealand, India, and many other African countries, colonies. That's why it is said in British Empire, the sun never sets, which means that their territory is such wide and all over the planet. When in some places of British territory it is night and other places is day. Okay, and when the Americans started learning English in 16th century, Merriam-Webster, the first guy who compiled the American dictionary, he did many things. The spelling he amended, like color, center. The spelling of utilize with Z, we started with S, he wrote with Z. And the sounds, it become different. That's why we say past, they say past. We say flood, they say apartment. We say zebra crossing, they say side road or crossroad. We say pavement, they say side road. You see, we say petrol pump, they say gas station. It changed a lot. However, guys, it's a long story. I can spend the whole night by telling this English story, how it changed over the few hundred years. So guys, thank you very much for listening to me. It's really my pleasure. But remember, if you're interested to learn and develop your speaking, writing, and your sound, Hallo has the opportunity to give you 2 days free lessons. Like Man has joined. Many students joined me over the last 2 weeks. But if you think that it might be helpful, possibly you can consider to subscribe me. Now there is 30% discount going on from the Hallo if you use the code. Grab the offer before it is finished. Okay, and thank you very much once again for listening to me. I know that you guys can't come here and make comments because it is a private lessons, subscriber lessons, but you're always welcome to subscribe to me. That you have to hit on the button. Thank you and bye.